A worldwide survey was conducted by the UN. The only question asked was, would you please give your honest opinion about solutions to the food shortage in the rest of the world? The survey was a huge failure. In Africa, they did not know what food meant. In Eastern Europe, they didn't know what honest meant. In Western Europe, they didn't know what shortage meant. In China, they didn't know what opinion meant. In the Middle East, they didn't know what solution meant. In South America, they didn't know what please meant. And in the USA, they didn't know what the rest of the world meant. The boss started to notice that one of his employees, Dave, started gaining lots of attention from women. So, one day he decides to ask Dave about his secret. Dave replies, well, before any intimate moment, I just gently tap my forehead against the bedside table. It kind of distracts me and helps me last longer. Later that day, the boss gets home to his wife and finds her in the shower, a perfect opportunity for some romance. So, he quickly undresses and starts lightly tapping his forehead against the dresser. Just then, he hears his wife calling from the shower. Dave, is that you? Once upon a time, there was a cheerful but very intoxicated man at a bar. In his exuberance, he decided to take off his shirt and joyfully swing it around in celebration. The bartender, not too pleased with this behavior, firmly told him, "That's enough, buddy. You're out of here." The drunk guy's face fell, and he sadly walked out of the bar through the front door. However, it didn't take long for him to find a way back in. Just a minute later, he burst back in through the side door, still swinging his shirt and celebrating even harder than before. The bartender immediately reprimanded him again, saying, "Hey, I told you to get out of here." Once more, the drunk guy frowned and moped out the front door. But, as if drawn by some unseen force, he returned through the side door yet again, celebrating with even more enthusiasm. The bartender had reached his breaking point and yelled, for the last time, "Get the hell out of my bar." At this, the drunk guy went silent, squinted at the bartender, and asked with a puzzled expression, "Wait a minute, how many bars do you work at anyway?" 3 military officers, a general, a colonel, and a major, were engaged in a lively debate about the nature of sex. The general argued that sex was 60% work and 40% fun. The colonel disagreed, stating that it was 75% work and 25% fun. The major took an even more serious view, believing it to be 90% work and only 10% fun. Amidst the intense discussion, a private appeared at the door. The major suggested that they ask the private for his perspective. The private listened carefully and confidently stated, "If you will pardon me, sirs, sex is 100% fun and requires no work at all." The officers were taken aback and asked, "How do you come to that conclusion?" "It's very simple," explained the private. "If there were any work involved, you guys would have me do it for you."